What's good, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show. I am your host, Leon Jones. You can catch me every Saturday from 12 to 2 on Blog Talk Radio. That's Blog Talk Radio / 411 Talk Zone Radio. Call-in number 215-383-5785. You have a topic that you would like for me to talk about, or if you want me to appear on any of your Blog Talk Radio shows, Prophet of Thought series, email me at lej6521@gmail.com. That's lej6521@gmail.com. Topic is going to be, depends on who's listening to the video. If you have high emotions, it may be a little controversial. If you're intellectual and think like Malcolm X with a little common sense, you may understand what I'm saying. So let's jump into it. Topic of this video is called The Tug of War in a Black Community. The tug of war in a black community. Now, why do I say there is a tug of war going on? Well, here's the problem. We have two entities butting heads. On one side, there's the black man, and on the other side, it's the black woman. And we're butting heads for power. But here's not part of the equation. What about the problems that are going on that we sweep under the rug? Black men and black women have mental health issues. They think that's for white people, so we sweep that under the rug and say, oh, that's not in our community. Social issues, crime issues, drug issues. Sure, the white man planted drugs in our neighborhood, but you know what? We're still selling the drugs, killing each other, causing our own demise. The out-of-wedlock pregnancy issues. Those are the issues that we're not talking about. And even we start to get into the areas of child molestation. Swept under the rug. But we know it's happening. So it's just not white people doing it. It's us doing it. But the real battle is for power. Who wants to lead? I have the answer to that question. It's very simple. You have the black man on one side. He wants to lead, but he doesn't want the responsibility. In other words, his whole game plan is to defer all the responsibility to her, but he still wants to be the king. Does that really make sense? See, if you're going to be a leader in any community, you got to make sure you have your position together. That means your money right. That means you better be ready to protect. You better be accountable and responsible. Well, a number of black men aren't. In fact, some of us have felonized ourselves out of a job, dropped out of school. Now, is this our fault? Some things are our fault. Some things aren't our fault. When you don't have the teaching in the family, which we have no family in the black community, it's basically by the single mothers who have inappropriately, and along with the man, they both inappropriately had questionable or irresponsible sex, appropriating a baby that they can't take care of. So usually the man doesn't want to be around to take care of that child. But does a woman want to take care of that child? She really doesn't either. She wants the child as a benefit for her own pocket. But going to the black man. See, the black man wants to sit down and play his PlayStation all day and be able to be what we call a talker, an armchair revolutionary with a joystick in his hand playing Call of Duty. And you have some women who allowed his brother to live in her house. Lets him drive the car. He's coming to work to pick her up late. He's probably had another woman in his car. He's not cooking. He's not cleaning. He's just occupying space. But he knows that this woman is going to allow him to do that. Now, when she gets tired of him, she's ready to kick him out. Let's go over to the black woman. She wants to delegate the rules and regulations, dictate the relationship. But she too doesn't want responsibility. You know why she doesn't want the responsibility? Because if something happens, you're accountable. And a number of modern day sisters do not want to be accountable for any catastrophe that takes place. Let me break it down. If she has a child who goes to jail, and he's in and out of jail, she's going to say it's the father's fault even when he's not there. But now if the child goes to college, gets on the honorable, I did it by myself, and which you didn't do it by yourself. Just having a child in your possession does not mean that you're taking care of it. Now here's what's happening with the black woman. She's not taking responsibility, and she's saying that she's independent, but yet receiving government benefits. In other words, the taxpayers are paying for her housing, her food, some of her clothing, because she's not working. In other words, she's getting subsidized by the people. Notice the people are the United States government. That's who we are. We're the taxpayers, the workers. But she wants to call the shots. But she's not in a position to call the shots. So what is happening, both parties are butting heads. Should this be happening? No. We're going to continue to have a tug of war until men, and the hierarchies like this, ladies, if you're Christians, is God, man, woman, and child. And the problem with some of you modern day black women, you're saying you don't need men. Of course, you don't need men if the government is giving you everything. Heck, if I won the lottery, I wouldn't need anybody but a good investor to invest that money for me. But being able to live on my own off of government benefits doesn't make me a good parent. Doesn't even make me a good person. You see, if we're going to have a good black community, we must be able to have an open dialogue. And that's between both black men and black women. That's why I don't sit up here and make so-called black woman bashing videos. It serves no purpose. Because at the end of the day, we can be on YouTube, we can be on Facebook, we can be on any social media outlet in the world. Still not going to take away the problems that we have in a so-called African American community. Now I have a solution. I'm going to make a video. It's going to be entitled Segregation. That's what the black people need to have a community. Now the reason why I'm saying segregation is going to help us. See, when we had integration, we got too comfortable with the white man giving the black woman welfare benefits, and the black man has gotten comfortable by moving in the black woman's house, not being responsible. So integration has taken away our ability to be a sufficient community, because most of the problems that we have, we can solve ourselves. We don't want to solve them. We want to keep the issues going because, number one, it's going to make your leaders like Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, and these other black leaders money. And it's going to continue the drama. So at the end of the day, in the black community, all this tug of war we have, we still have the same problems at the end of the day. They're never going to be solved. Social media, television, I don't care how much college you have, we can have all the opinions in the world. Unless we come to an agreement that our men, black men, must be responsible, must bring something to the table to provide for a woman, and unless the woman understands her place, instead of trying to be the man, let the man insert himself. You see, the job of a man is to build and maintain infrastructure, whereas the job of a woman is to facilitate and administer the infrastructure. See, the women are right out in front. But the problem is with this modern day woman, they've been influenced by feminism, television, and you have a number of older women from the older generations who left the plantation for feminism. Hasn't gotten us anywhere. And black men who were raised by some of these women have become women themselves, not physically, but mentally. So we don't have a mindset for our community right now with this tug of war going on. And both parties, here's the main point, both parties don't understand structure that well. Oh no, they don't like authority. But if you're going to have real world, you must have authority. We can't have all chiefs and no Indians. I want to thank you all for listening to this edition of the 411 Talk Zone Radio Show. I'm your host, Leon Jones. Always remember, be blessed for what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Always know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. I'll be bringing more hardcore topics for educational purposes out on YouTube. But I want you to be gentle with each other. And God bless you. Have a good evening. My name is Leon Jones, host of the 411 Talk Zone Radio Show. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video. And any other good content out, also like, share, and subscribe. Because as a brother, I'm not going to put out those videos that are going to harm anybody. I'm putting out education that's going to help you better yourselves. Email me, lej6521@gmail.com, if you want to leave a topic for me to discuss on YouTube. But I want you all to have a wonderful and gracious night. I'm out.